What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your mom's Toxic Emma through 31. Back at it with another video. And today we are continuing doing yet another Toxic tier list ranking. Ooh, yeah. But before we get to the actual video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just one away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. If you missed the previous Toxic tier list ranking videos, they're on a playlist on my YouTube channel if you want to check that one out. Don't forget to like the video if you do like my Toxic tier list rankings. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications so miss in case you want to upload. Also do share the video because also help me out. I can have some more people join. That's and do feel free to comment your list down below because I'm guaranteed, guessing probably that we do not have the same list. If we have the same list, that's cool. And today we are going to be doing a tier list ranking of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows plus specials on in a tier list ranking. So, but before we get into the actual tier list, I'll show you the categories we have. So, for the first category, I usually have best of the best. This time I have great, because even the shows that in plus specials I love, I have some flaws with them. So, yeah. Then we have toxic goodness, which means it's good, and but there's, like, some bad, but it is mostly good, and, like, it's consumable enough toxic goodness. Okay means it was an okay show. It had its moments, but it was just overall okay. And then we have toxic trash, which means dumpster fire, the worst. So with that being said, let's kick this tier list off, guys. And kicking off the tier list, we have the show that kicked off the Disney Plus renaissance for the Marvel Universe. And that is, of course, WandaVision. And WandaVision, what did I just do? What just happened? Okay, talking about WandaVision, I don't know what just happened there, but WandaVision, kicked off the Disney Plus Marvel Renaissance, and it goes into the great tier. I've said it multiple times, I do not dig the Quicksilver twist that they did. Like, I'm glad they brought him into the show, but they did a weird twist with his character where he wasn't actually Quicksilver that I didn't like at all. But overall, I still thought it was a great show. It had its moments. It brought back so many characters, and I think even enhanced them. It gave Wanda an arc, basically, that... Well, I mean, would it give it an arc? I don't know. Because Wanda... It gives her an arc for Multiverse of Madness, like why she's evil, but this one, it's just like, I don't know, it might not work with some people, it works for me. Vision gets a good arc, also, what's her name, from Thor, the girl from Thor, Katniss? No, not Katniss, I forgot what her name was, but she gets a lot of funny moments in here as well, and also, Monica Rambeau and Officer Wu from Ant-Man the Wasp gets a lot of character development. Overall, solid show and a great start to the Disney Plus MCU Renaissance. Then we have Hawkeye, which came out November of 2021, I think. Hawkeye is a very, very fun show. I think, I'll put it in the great tier. I was thinking of what issues I had with it, and I can't really, like, think of any ones that, like, come to mind. Maybe it's a little bit too comedic sometimes, but overall, it's still a fun show. There's some very shocking reveals in the series that happens, and has some surprise cameos that you didn't expect. Also, it introduces the new character of Echo, which I thought she was pretty cool in this. And also, yeah, and I love the new character of Kate Bishop. And I can't wait for her to become the new Hawkeye of the MCU. And yeah, Haley Steinfeld plays her, so yeah. And she does great in that role as well. So that goes into the great tier as well. Then we got Moon Knight. If you would have asked me this when it originally came out and I finished the series, I would put this in the great tier, maybe above that. But I'm going to put it in toxic goodness now. Now, hear me out. I still love the show because Oscar Isaac's performance as Moon Knight was amazing and phenomenal. The different roles he plays. But there's not much, Sean Chandler said this, there's not much of Moon Knight in Moon Knight. So for that reason, it goes here. And then the last episode, I feel as if all the build-up, like I'll talk about this with Secret Invasion later, but the last episode is just a big CGI boss battle, and I was kind of wanting in something else instead, and it just didn't end up happening. But overall, it does a great job getting you confused, and I love the show. So, toxic goodness. I am Groot. These are cute enough. They're not, like, game-changing or anything. But I'll put them in the toxic goodness. The shorts are mostly for kids. And I think they're definitely cute and good. But they don't do anything game-changing for the MCU. And we're getting Season 2 sometime this year, I think. So, yeah, I'll watch all of those. I think they're cute enough. And, yeah. Then we got Falcon and Winter Soldier. I would have said this was my least favorite Disney Plus show a long time ago, like before Miss Marvel and SheHulk came out, which we'll talk about those later. But I might have spoiled the list. Sorry about that. But then we have Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I already said. I don't know where to put this because I've grown on the show, but I still think it could have been better. I'll put it at, like, the bottom of toxic goodness, because not the bromance, but how the chemistry between Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie is quite hilarious, and they do a good job, working together, and as Falcon and Winter Soldier. That, U.S. agent fight they have with him, and, I think it was episode 5, that was a really cool fight, and I loved that. And U.S. Agent is a decent new character. It brings back a whole lot of different characters. For example, Sharon Carter, Baron Zemo. And they get used well enough. But just overall, the villains were lackluster. And some of the stuff they could have explored didn't end up being in this film. So it goes into the bottom of toxic goodness for me. But I think it's still a good enough watchable show. Then we got Loki. Loki is my favorite right now. We'll look at the other ones. But Loki, I cannot wait for Season 2. This was a really great show. And it was in the same kind of act as Moon Knight, where it's kind of trippy and you like it. Then also I think out of the main themes for the Disney Plus shows, Loki is my second favorite main, like, music intro theme, and I thought they did a good job on that. They also add the new character of, I forgot what her name was. The girl version of Loki, she was a cool character, and also introduced us to Jonathan Majors as one of the King variants, and he did great as well. And surprisingly, it's not looking like a bright future anymore. Hopefully, it's still a bright future because we don't know about Disney and what they'll do. But overall, a great show and probably the best. And it has a big cliffhanger ending. And I also love Owen Wilson in that show as well. She-Hulk. This between another show we'll talk about, it was two of the hardest shows to get through for me. I don't see the utter disaster. If you would ask me this a long time ago, I'd have said it's toxic trash. I don't think any of these are toxic trash anymore, but overall, it's okay. Because I think some humor lands, and then also... Wait, I have to really think. Because that Daredevil episode really helped out the show. But if we're taking that episode away and talking about all the other episodes... Okay, it only had one good episode. So, yes, I'm still putting it in Toxic Trash. Never mind. I'm putting it there because it's just... The final act sums the whole entire show up for you. Just a joke. The final act was one of the worst final acts of a show I've ever seen. It's just making fun of the MCU and just, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was very bad. But I did enjoy the main lead person that played She-Hulk. I think she's very charismatic and did good in that role. Then we have our first special on the list, and we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. This is a great time. It's my least favorite Guardians project, but it's still great and a cute little special for Christmas and when you want to watch it. It has Kevin Bacon and a lot of heartfelt moments, and it enhances the relationships of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and 3. So, for that reason, it goes into the great tier. I'll put it right above Hawkeye, I think. They're good right there. Werewolf by Night. This was a big surprise. I was expecting nothing from this. And it goes immediately into the great tier. It was very, very dark and horror-esque, which I don't think we've... Well, until Multiverse of Madness came out, I didn't think until then we saw No, wait, actually, no, this came out after Multiverse of Madness, I believe. But we never saw a full-fledged horror version of the MCU, and this pays homages to the original Universal monster movies in a great way, and I love the gray, black, and white tone. I'm glad they didn't go full live action because I felt that would have looked weird, and I think this guy might pop up in Moon Knight Season 2, I think, maybe, if there is a Moon Knight Season 2. So this was a good special. I'll put it right below Hawkeye, I think. It's good. Then we got Miss Marvel. Okay. I'll put it in okay. I was originally going to put it in Toxic Trash because I would say I had a harder time going through this than She-Hulk. But this at least has more redeeming factors because I thought the main girl that played Miss Marvel was really good, and I can't wait to see her again in Captain... The Marvels. I almost said Captain Marvel too. I don't know why. Also, the art style is really good, and, I didn't love it as much as some other people did, but I think it's still a good show. It was harder to get through than She-Hulk Attorney at Law, but She-Hulk goes Toxic Trash because of that whole entire last episode. That's why it goes there. And Miss Marvel had a decent final act, so it goes into okay for me. What if? I will put it in Toxic Goodness above Moon Knight. There's some what if scenarios that are great and or were surprising that they were great. For example, the Doctor Strange Dark episode. I loved that. That was very unique, and I didn't expect it to be that good, and was really good. The Zombies What If episode was one of my favorites as well. The final two episodes I liked, but I didn't love. And then also I thought the what if scenario was interesting about what if all the Avengers were getting killed one by one by a mysterious individual. And as for the episode, the what if scenarios that they didn't land quite much on, I would say the Captain Carter episode they didn't quite land on. It was okay, but they could have done better on it. Also, I really loved, I forgot to mention this, I liked the Black Panther as Star-Lord episode as well. But then also what if Killmonger saved Iron Man? That was another weird one. And then as for, I might be forgetting some of the other episodes, but it is a very decent show, and I'm excited for What If Season 2 to see what they bring to the table. So it goes into toxic goodness. Then we got the new dog, Secret Invasion. And Secret Invasion goes into toxic goodness as well for me. I was hoping I could put it in great, but I cannot put it there. Because of that final act, the same problem I had with Moon Knight. It's just a big CGI fight. And there's a weird, I'm not going to spoil anything else, but there's a decision in the end that's kind of heartfelt, but it's kind of weird at the same time, where you go like, am I supposed to be liking this? So for that reason, it goes into toxic goodness, and I love the serious tone, as I said in previous stuff about serious tones. This one keeps the most serious tone and is one of the darkest. And I love that it goes that way and has a few jokes in it, but doesn't get too carried away. For example, like some other MCU movies, Thor, Love and Thunder, I'm talking to you. And, yeah, it goes into toxic goodness for me. But with that being said, guys, that is my toxic tier list ranking. But before we get into the actual ending of the tier list itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just one away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic tier list ranking. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. So notification will upload. Also do share the video, because also help me out. We can have some more people join that toxic fam, and do feel free to comment where would you put things down below. With that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.